Hey guys, FilmCrazyAdam here. My hair is a little weird because I just woke up, and I want to do this really quick review update. Well, both. Really quick review and a really quick update before I head out on the road. Now I know some of you might be... I appreciate all of you that are still subscribed to my channel and those of you that still check back. I hope you guys haven't started to lose faith yet. It's just been a crazy, crazy year. In a nutshell, this time last year I was living in Los Angeles, well, Burbank, which is nicer than Los Angeles and just north of there. And I was home every night, so I was able to write scripts and watch movies and review them. And on the weekends, I was able to film stuff and get it out. This time last year, I was putting out like a new episode of Life with Ponies like every 10 days. Every 10 to 14 days. At this point, I think I put out like 3 episodes this entire year, which is just pathetic and inexcusable. And I'm disappointed in myself because of that. However, as many of you know, I started being a truck driver last September. And because of that, I've been over the road. On the road, driving, only home like once every 2 months. At the beginning of my training, I was able to, I had the foresight and I had the time to write out a bunch of scripts and, film them. And then, so I had them with me and I was able to, put one out every 14 days even though I wasn't filming anything new. I'm really tired of not doing Life with Ponies. I miss doing it, so I'm going to make this promise that right after Otakon, that if anyone doesn't know what that is, it's a huge, not as big as Comic-Con by any regard, but it's a huge anime convention that takes place in Baltimore, Maryland. This year, it's going to take place 2 weeks from today. Well, 2 weekends from this weekend. And my current job, which I really like, I'm getting paid well, it's a lot easier and a lot more structured than my last job. To get that weekend off, I need to work this following weekend, and it's just been, like I said, hectic these last 2 weekends because I get home. Basically, I get home on Friday, and they only want me to do a 34-hour reset. So I get home on Friday evening, usually around 6 o'clock. I have Friday night off, all of Saturday, and then Sunday, like today, I actually have to get up to my truck. I have a pickup in North Jersey around noon. So, my time is limited, but I now have time to write scripts and work on stuff in the truck, so it's ready for the weekend. Now, again, I'm sorry I'm not going to have anything out for another 2 weeks. I'm going to do this, and as God is my witness, as Celestia is my witness, I will see Guardians of the Galaxy before I go to Otakon. So on Thursday night, I'm going to watch that movie, I'm going to review it, post that, and then I'm going to Otakon for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm going to get something filmed. I will get an episode of Life with Ponies filmed on either Friday or Saturday, before or after the convention. I will get that up, and then things will be coming out more regularly. This, I promise you. Let's see. So yeah, if you're going to Otakon, I'll be there. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to do it, but I really want to film a Life with Ponies at the convention. So I might be doing some guerrilla filming there. Not 100% sure. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Other than that, to anyone who requested an episode of I Heard That Movie Sucks, I still have that in my queue. I still have X3, Golden Compass, the 2 Wolverine movies. Somebody asked for Inception now, I think. So I've got all those coming out. I'm also going to do RoboCop, because it desperately needs it. I was thinking about doing Transcendence, but I'm like, Unless somebody really wants me to do Transcendence, I'll save that for another time long from now. Anyway, quick review of the movie Lucy that I saw last night. It was a trip. It was kind of a trip. My friend actually described it perfectly. To any anime fans out there, it's the movie Akira. Or basically, what happens to Akira before the movie Akira, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's what this movie was. It was interesting, but completely being pulled out of their ass. Like, all the stuff that they talk about, like, humans only use 10 to 15% of their brains, like, right now. Actually, not true. I have a friend who's a doctor in D.C., and talked to him, and I did my own research, and basically, humans use about 35% of their brain. 35 to, like, I think 40%. Now, that's because, like, in a cat, people did they did science, where they scan the brain, and basically different parts of the brain light up depending on what you're doing, depending on if you're stressed, if you're angry, you're making up a story, you're recalling a story, you're eating, you're sleeping, you're moving parts of your body, different parts of your body light up. So it might not be 35 to 40% all the time, but yeah, humans use a lot more than 10% of their brain. You know, different parts are specifically for different things. Like, it's not the thing that this movie tries to emphasize is that the entire brain can be used for mental purposes, and we only use 10%. Like, basically, 10% of this is all that we use, which isn't true, because, like I said, this part is for this part is for this part is for memory, this part is for higher functions, this part is for, like, functions like keeping your heart beating. You know, this one is your temporal lobe, so you have sense of time. You know, memory, motor function. So, I mean, I still enjoyed it. Like as a reviewer, I can break it down and be like, oh, that's very much of a stretch, and they're just making this up, and there's no science in this whatsoever. But I still enjoy it. Like, I understand where they were going. I understand the laws of physics within the movie, and it was still a fun watch. It was a fun watch. I don't know what they were going for with this movie, though. Like, I think I said that with Transcendence. I'm like, where are they going with this? Because the character of Lucy, played by Scarlett Johansson, is so self-sufficient at one point that she's basically a god on Earth. Like, she's walking around, she's knocking people out with her mind, she's throwing people around, she's changing physical parts of herself and, you know, using telekinesis. At one point she goes through time. You know, she's basically a god. And there's this French guy, I think he's like a NATO police officer or something, who at one point she goes over, she's hanging out, she's like, I need you to find these 3 guys, they have drugs inside of them like I did, and I need you to get them so this drug doesn't get out. And he's like, alright, like, you know, basically she convinces him through, she can control radio waves, and like, you know, she can control people's minds, and so at one point she's like, come with me, and he's like, oh, okay, goes with her, and then after a quick chase, she's like, alright, come on, let's go, and he's like, do you even, it's like, why? You don't even need me, you're fine on your own. She's like, to remind me. And actually, that's interesting, because I had a completely side note. I had a script. I have a script from like 7 years ago at this point that for a TV pilot where basically where a guy becomes immortal, and he doesn't have to eat or sleep ever because of his condition, but he tries to eat and sleep because he's losing touch with reality, and so he's like, I don't know what it's like to be human anymore. So he's afraid that if he becomes too immortal, he's gonna stop caring. Like, I don't need to eat, I don't need to sleep, I heal instantly, I don't care. Like, you would stop caring. And so she kind of had this attitude in this movie. So that was interesting that I came up with a similar idea 7 years ago. Anyway, I'm babbling at this point. Like I said, I just woke up. My hair's all weird. But anyway, so yeah, that's my update. I'm gonna be at Otakon, and I'm gonna, after Otakon, I'll be home every single weekend, and I'll be putting out more stuff. I promise you that. And yeah, go see Lucy. It was a fun watch. again, don't know where they were going with it. You know, at one point you're just kind of like, this is fun. This is interesting. This is a cool concept. But at the same time, I'm ultimately like, this is all just BS. This is all just being pulled straight out of someone's ass. This is, like I said, fun watch though. So check it out. I gotta go to work. I'm driving up to Maine, I think. Somewhere in New England. And, promise you, like I said, more to come. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I'll talk to you guys later.